Now, on the final slide, we are going to be talking about the food group, micronutrients, and micronutrient. So, what is micronutrient? Micronutrient means big, so it means the large portion of food that we do intake, that we eat daily base, that give us energy. Now, the micronutrients are some examples, some spices, some flavors, some things that we add in our food to give us life, healthy food, healthy balance. But the micro are example, things like pasta, rice, those are carbohydrates. And then we probably need a little bit of spice like fennel seed, garlic, which is a very macro and which is good for our health because some of them are, antibiotics. It's good for your immune system, things like that. So that's the difference between micronutrition and micronutrients. So now, in terms of the logo showing on the last slide, which is explaining how we should all eat a healthy food balance, a healthy diet. So I will just explain about that little section, but I will not go deeper because it depends on your lifestyle, it depends on your body type, it depends on your DNA, your ethnic background, and what you like to eat. But in a normal balance food, healthy food, you should eat moderate, which means a normal amount of calorie, of carbohydrate, just a little amount of, fatty acid, high saturated fat, which be like oil, butter, things like that. And in terms of the carbohydrate section, you can eat rice, pasta, potatoes, etc. But in moderate. And I presume, according to NHS guideline, you need to be having an intake of over 2,000 calories per day, and exercise, moderate, and eat enough vegetables, fruit, and veg, and also eat a lot of vegetables and take some vitamin. And now, in terms of the vitamin, our body unfortunately does not produce vitamin, so we have to take vitamin in our body. So which means some of the food that we do eat do contain vitamin C, which comes from mineral, which is, some juice, orange juice, apple juice, vitamin C, vitamin B, vitamin spinach, mushroom, vitamin D. Dairy product is important for us as well. Moderate intake. Vitamin D is very important, especially in a cold country. We need more vitamin D because we don't have enough vitamin D. So we need to have vitamin D intake, and then also take enough water, so enough fluid, enough mineral, which is good for our health. So from this slide, as you can see, the diagram that shows clearly the food that we need to be mindful of and be taught of how to eat a healthy food balance, which also explain about the calories and the percentage, as well as you can see at the large table, which is the last one, which shows you need to eat enough fruit and veg, mixed peppers, good, is good for your heart, broccoli, tomatoes, carrots, good for your eyes. And we also need to take in fruit and seed and nuts, fatty, natural fatty food, which is good for us as well. And we also need omega-3 from, animals, dairy, fish. And also at the top here, it's also talking about the raise of meat and sweet and cheese. So now, in terms of processed food, I personally do not advise people to be to be eating processed food, because I personally believe that the nutrition from the processed food has been decreased, has been reduced. So we clearly don't know the facts, but I do know that by law in UK, in our nutrition package, the manufacturers need to provide fair information about what the product uh, contain, so that we, the consumer, we can decide whether to purchase those goods or not, and how beneficial that it is for us as consumers. So I think this is the last slide, and this is about the micronutrient and the micronutrients and the differences. Thank you so much. And I hope